Ayatollah Khomeini had half Hindi, half Persian origin. His grandparent was Ahmad Hindi, who was born in Lucknow. After that, in the 18th century, his family migrated to Iran. Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. So, Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini came to power in Iran as a consequence of the 1979 revolution that happened in Iran, the Islamic revolution that ousted the puppet Shah of Iran and brought in the government that still exists today, the government of the clerics, the government of the Ayatollahs, right? A theocratic government. And Ayatollah Khomeini was the first leader. And what did he look like, in case you're wondering? Okay, Ayatollah Khomeini, the former supreme leader of Iran. That's what he looked like. If you want to see what he looked like when he was younger, I'm sure we'll be able to find. Yeah, that's what he looked like when he was younger, when he was a young man. These are two images. Which one is it? Yeah, okay. This is him through the ages, through the years. This is another way of looking at it. Yep. So that was his. That's how he progressed in life. His appearance. So, what is the story behind Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini? So, his grandfather was a Shia scholar from present-day Uttar Pradesh, Kintur village in Uttar Pradesh. Where is Kintur village? Let's find out. Okay, let's go to the map and see. Okay, Kintur, Uttar Pradesh. Okay, we will first zoom out and zoom back in. So it is not far from Lucknow. Okay, and this is the place, Kintur. So that is where his grandfather was from. Ayatollah Khomeini's grandfather was from this village in Uttar Pradesh. We'll zoom out. Okay. Now, but how did they end up in Iran is the question. So, Mr. Khomeini's grandfather, Sayyid Ahmad Musavi Hindi, was a Shia scholar from Kintur in Uttar Pradesh. And he was not fond of the British rule over India. So, in around 1830, Sayyid Ahmad Musavi Hindi left India and he went to Iraq. He went to Najaf and Karbala in Iraq. And there are Shia schools or seminaries over there, and he first went there, but then he went to Iran and he settled down in the town of Khomein. So let's find out where is Khomein. We saw where is Kintur. Now let's find out where is Khomein. Okay. Khomein, Iran. Must be this, I suppose. So this is Khomein in Iran, and that's where his grandfather eventually settled. Okay, so he left India because he was not a big fan of British rule, of the British occupation of India. He did not feel safe, or he did not feel happy, and that's why he first went to Iraq, and then he eventually settled down in Khomein in Iran. And that is how Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini had an Indian grandfather. And he did acknowledge his Indian origins. But but Ayatollah Khomeini was not a great friend of India. Let's understand that, okay? So the origins are very clear. From his paternal side, there is Indian origin. But when it comes to modern day India, so in the 20th century India, you already had the Kashmir issue, right? Mr. Nehru gave away a significant portion of the territory of Kashmir to Pakistan. Then he went to the UN instead of taking it back. And that's why this dispute still, this dispute still exists, that Pakistan occupies Indian territory. That's the dispute. So that dispute existed in the 20th century also. And Mr. Khomeini, Ayatollah Khomeini, he sometimes referred to Kashmir in reference to Palestine. So he would say that if the Islamic world were united, then the Jews would not have Palestine and the Hindus would not have Kashmir. Right? So yeah, that was his views about Kashmir. So anyway, yes, no question that Ayatollah Khomeini had Indian origin from his grandfather's side, from Uttar Pradesh near Lucknow.